good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Everybody, and welcome to Tea Time. I'm so excited. It is September 20th and it is Monday night, and yeah, it's a different camera angle shot tonight, and we're gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna talk about my weekend really quick and then introduce my guest because I'm so excited. Okay, so Friday, if I look a little different, the hair's a little darker, I got a cut and a color, and then I watched Drew Barrymore because my friends from Rescuing Families, Gina and Vinny, were on Drew Barrymore's show, and it was wonderful. They discussed their charities, and they got a new truck. Very exciting. And then I was here for a very exciting open mic jam that's every Friday night here in Strong Island, Paradise Studios. Saturday, I was on the set filming a commercial. Woohoo! And they loved me so much. I threw on a gray wig, and I became two different characters. And then I went to Coasters to support my girl Kristen Tinsley, who did a comedy show there. And then Sunday, Rescuing Families yard sale. Bobby's gonna put up the graphics, so we'll talk about it later. They're having another sale in October, and we will get to those dates. Listen, before I get to my guest, I want to say a very happy, and healthy birthday to actor Robert Lizardo, who I've had on my show, and I want to say a very happy, special birthday to Joey Catalano, who is in the movie The Saints of Newark, which will be opening up October 1st, and he will be on my show. And happy birthday, Bruno Coppola, whose birthday is tomorrow. Okay, I hope I covered everything. Let me get to my guest. He is a screenwriter, he's an actor, he's a comedian, and he's one of the nicest people in the world because nice people come from Queens, and I'm from Bayside, and this man is from Forest Hills. Please welcome to the show, Rick Overton. How are you, Rick?
Hey, home. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm so glad to have you with me tonight. I'm very excited. I want people to know who you are. Like I mentioned, you are originally from Queens, like myself, and you went to PS 196, and then you ended up in Jersey, and while you were in Jersey and you were in high school, you started doing stand-up while you were in high school, actually with a friend, and it was called Overton and Sullivan, right?
Yeah, in high school, it was Overton and Pastor.
Oh, Pastor!
Anthony Pastor was in high school, and then he went into the very lucrative, he's not like a regular salesman. He's in charge, he's one of the guys in charge of the sale of all meat to all the grocery chains.
Oh, wow.
So he did his dad's gig, and he did good. But I needed a new partner then. And so then my pal Bill Spitz hooked me up with Roger Sullivan after that. But I was out of high school by then. But Anthony Tonn, T-O-N-N, he and I were doing sketches in assemblies and getting laughs. And look, it's assembly, and everyone knows you, and you're getting a laugh under pretty rarefied, protected circumstances. But that's a confidence booster if you've never done it at all. It gives you the tenacity to try it somewhere else, you know.
Yeah.
You take the imperfect settings and do what you can with it. But whenever you get older people to laugh, remember that. Remember, get older to laugh, like, oh, that's such a bigger club, right?
That's great.
Remember that?
Absolutely.
First laugh from a grown up, and you went, oh, a grown up laugh. my little duty jokes and stuff. This is a whole different game. That's where I spend the rest of my life. I know I got to leave this other stuff behind.
That's great. And I have to say, I want to know what your parents actually thought of you doing stand-up, because you do come from a musical family. And I just have to say this because your mom was a singer, and she was in the group called the Chordettes, and actually sang the song Lollipop, which we all know, and Mr. Sandman, which is, a classic. And your dad was a teacher at Juilliard. Again, correct me if I get any of my fun facts wrong. And he was also a musical... And he was also a musical arranger. So, you come from this musical family.
Jazz artist Thelonious Monk.
Yes. So how did they feel when you decided you wanted to tell jokes?
Jazz is all about improv. And a lot of times jazz musicians will have comedians come up and do a little opener for them.
Yep.
And so a lot of that was imprinting on me when I was a kid watching all that. And I was just thinking, I can't compete with my parents. They're too good. I'll always just be the one chasing behind them. I'll never be me in that form. But, then it started just thinking that maybe I could use rhythm, but for a different reason.
Right. Well, you actually play harmonica, don't you?
I play harmonica because that's this big, and you're going to load it in the luggage. You can go anywhere you want with it. And you have to drag it on the plane,
Right. There's no schlepping. It's just easy to carry.
Yeah, ease of transport was a major factor. And I also just think it's cool, and Robert Klein was a big influence, watching him masterfully play the harmonica, and then watching Charlie Fleischer do it. And, if you've never seen the Fleischer play, he's extraordinary. John Popper invites him up to play with him.
Well, you actually decided to move to LA in 1981. Did you know anyone there? Because a lot of people that are transplants from New York to LA, actors, they either know someone there, or they crash on their couches, and they...
Greg Travis. Greg Travis put me up for a little bit.
There you go.
And I got to know him when I came out. We didn't know each other that well before.
Yeah.
So, I came so early, we were the ones we would know there. That whole wave of us coming from New York was brought out for the comedy boom back in 80 and 81.
Right.
Was when everyone I knew from New York was moving out. So the only reason I knew them is they also moved.
Yeah. I actually got into comedy in the early 90s. And I did it for a few years, and then I stopped when I had my daughter, and then I returned to comedy, and I tell this story thanks to Bob Nelson. Bob Nelson was looking for someone to do improv with, and I was blessed to work with him, Rick, for 4 wonderful, beautiful weeks.
Well, I got to know him during Identical Triplets.
Oh, yes, we talked about that. Yes. Yeah, with Rob Bartlett and Eddie Murphy.
Or Jim Meyer.
Yes.
There was a rotating thing going on there. But and then Eddie Murphy. So
Yeah. Good times. Did you what I want everyone to know also is that you've had an amazing career thus far. You continue to have an amazing career. You have done something that I and so many other actor and comedians long to do, and that's just being a working, continuous, throughout years. I mean, you've been so blessed. Let me just pop. I have to toot your horn and let everyone know some of the things that you've done, because you've done TV, you've done movies, including SNL, Airplane 2, Seinfeld, Mrs. Doubtfire, Married with Children, ER, Mad About You, JAG, Curb Your Enthusiasm, NYPD Blue, The Middle, 6 Feet Under, General Hospital, The Office, Last Man Standing, True Blood, Bones, Veep, The League, Lost, NCIS, and I'm Dying Up Here, and so many more. So many more. I mean,
I want to talk about I'm Dying Up Here and how many wonderful actors are in our comedy community that people never got a chance to see how great they are, and they got to shine.
My favorite show.
My friends who are usually making me laugh were up on screen making me cry for real. Brad Garrett got me to cry. when he's on the ledge and he wants to jump and he wants to dive. Boom, man. That's like, pow.
I know.
Gold, talking about how tough it is out there. Kathy Ladman opening up, you know?
It was I had Kathy on my show. It was a very real, authentic portrayal. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it. Love it. And that's what we need more of.
I would watching Andy Santino just breaking it down. Hey, you know what? We do comedy, but we're good actors.
We are. Especially when you come from theater.
Hire your local comedian to act and you will see.
Yes, it's so true. It's so true. Listen, I'm with Rick Overton. I am over the moon to have you on my show. We're gonna you're gonna stay right there. We're gonna take a really quick commercial break. Don't go away, because when we come back, more with Rick Overton. Stay right there.
You factored in that I'm an old man. I can take these breaks too, you know.
No, I didn't. 1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
Well, hi there, Teresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Teresa. Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I want to thank Mediterranean Grill. Go there, or they deliver. The food is amazing, and the feta is from Greece. Hoppa! And also, Linda DeVitis. Please check her out and contact her. She is so amazing. And thank you, John York from General Hospital, for your very, very kind words about me and my show, Tea Time. I am with screenwriter, actor, and comedian Rick Overton. He's had an amazing career, and I'm so thrilled he's here. And I want to talk about Radio Gods. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that was a fun project that Mark Riccadonna brought out to Paul Provenza and me to play these two guys that were when terrestrial radio was the thing.
Yeah.
We were the regional kings of the, tri-state area, and we thought we were all that and more. And our heyday had come and gone, but there's still someone, a documentarian, trying to find out what happened to these ones that I remember listening to as I was young on the radio all the time. And so it follows us around in sort of mock-docu style.
Yeah.
And,
that's cool. That's fun.
So
I like that.
Paul Provenza is the sort of the grounded lead guy, and I'm the one who does lots of voices, and but I'm like, this voice here. This is the voice I had for many years, and people are telling me now that I don't sound completely human anymore, and so I'm trying to talk in contraction. I'm talking in contractions to try and sound more human. So this is the idiot team that we're just in their midlife with their families and all that crap. But Paul Provenza was hilarious.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Speaking about hilarious, please tell me who inspired you.
Jonathan Winters inspired me to get into comedy.
Love him.
And that's thanks to my dad, because my dad was this improvisational jazz fella who, jazz, you got to be cool. And cool means, yeah.
Rick,
don't show
Rick, have you ever heard of the
not show anything, and so Dad wouldn't reveal these emotions, but the funniness in you lives in vulnerability, and that's what showed things. And so being cool is in many ways the opposite of funny, and so he was, I think, subconsciously seed planting me, little kid me, with you can maybe do this other half of the thing I didn't do. And it turned out like sometimes when a dad does that, it's like the wrong thing for the kid and the kid didn't want it.
right?
I totally wanted this. It is one of the times when you planted the right seed and nailed it. Dad nailed it.
Nice.
And I went to those other things and they have helped define my life. They were part of why I was so close with Robin, is because he also loved Jonathan Winters so
Yes,
much.
I was just going to say, I know that that Jonathan Winters was Robin Williams' favorite also, and he also, idolized him and looked up to him as well.
Yeah. Richard Lewis, a lot of us, we say it was Jonathan.
Yeah, he was again a man of many voices and a man of many characters. And what I loved about him is that you just never knew what you were going to see next. Almost kind of like Robin. It's just like you never knew where he was going to go or what he was going to do. But I loved his characters, and I just it was so authentic and so heartfelt that I would get lost in it.
That's not a bad way to get lost, is it?
Oh, no. Not at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of Robin Williams, you are actually in I don't know if it's considered a documentary or a movie called Robin's Wish. You're in it, and I know you've appeared many, many times with him. Please tell me the first time you met him and how you met him.
I met him through Elaine Boozler, Catch a Rising Star in the 70s. Mm-hmm. He had just come off of, I think, doing Laugh-In 2, and was currently working. I'm not sure about the order of this. It was either currently shooting Richard Pryor's series and then going on to Mork. Something like that. I think that's the order in which things had worked by the time I was starting to talk with him and Elaine. And we were just goofing around. And at first, it wasn't about, we were going to play together. But he would stick around. Okay, this other guy that likes Jonathan, let's see what he does. And if I knew he was in the room, I would start to goof around a little bit.
Yeah.
I say, see, I can do this too. And then as time went on, I finally said, you want to come on play? He says, okay. And so one time I invited him up to play, and he would just take over, and I'd be in the background kind of watching while he did everything. But slowly I would throw a zinger in. And I got my courage up, and I threw 2 in. And then he started to play the zing back, and we started zinging. And suddenly it's a different ride now, and I'm in a different club. And then we were neck and neck from that point on for a lot of those years. And it had been decades of that.
It's almost like watching a tennis match.
Oh.
Right?
We loved each other very much, and we've had some fun sport up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It was a blessing.
Second of it is.
Absolutely.
If I must regret his passing, these things happen in life, but not everyone gets that first part.
That's true. That's so true.
I got the luck.
Say that again?
I lucked out. I got that first part of knowing him and playing with him.
Yeah.
That's not always the inevitability.
No, you're absolutely right. You've worked with so many people over the years. We mentioned Robin, and you've done movies with, again, directors like Ron Howard and Harold Ramos and Steven Soderbergh, and is there anyone you haven't worked with yet that you want to work with?
Hey, I'm the perfect revival character actor for Tarantino. Give him that Tarantino bump,
I love that.
that guy. Oh, my God. He put him in a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's great. Tarantino. So tell me, Rick, what so far has been your most proudest in the career so far? What has been like one of the proudest moments for you that you look back on and you say, you know what, that was pretty damn good?
Winning the Emmy for writing on Dennis Miller Live on HBO. That was pretty amazing.
Yes, I was. You know what? I was gonna get to that too, but that must have been thrilling. Tell me, that was back in 1986. How did you come to become the writer for Dennis Miller Live on HBO? How did that all happen and take place?
Kevin Rooney was stepping out of the role and recommended me. So I stepped in. And I had never written on a variety show before that, but I had done some writing, some screenwriting, and so on. So it's sketches, and I have written sketches. They were just done in the form of roast type jokes, but a lot of it is the dynamic you can use. And my favorite thing was the rant. I don't want to get off on a rant here. Whereas some of the other guys were the monologue kings on our staff. I wasn't as much. I'd get the rare one in, but I would have more territory with, I don't want to get off on a rant here, where everything had that connective tissue, because that's more like an improv, where one thought feeds to the next. And then the funny captions for photos was sort of more of a zone for me, because that's also like improv, where you see a thing and you come up with it.
Yes.
Look, all writing is either one of two things. It's either improv or it is plagiarism. There's no third option. That's what it is. There's the variations on the theme, of course.
Yeah.
But, let's demystify the value of improv.
Right.
We're doing it right now.
We are. This is improv. I mean, I have a guideline I go through, but listen, winning the Emmy, you won the Emmy for Outstanding Individual Achievement in Writing for a Variety or Music Program. That was for Dennis Miller Live in 1996. You were also nominated for Outstanding Writing for a Variety or Musical Program, also for Dennis Miller Live. How long were you there with him?
About 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. And things changed after, I don't think it's a very fair voting system when they'll put a comedy special against a series. And, you work a year on a special, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That's like, it's all the cream from everything edited away for a year. And the other thing, you've got to do it every week.
Yeah.
Come on. That's not right.
It's not.
Fair,
it's not.
right?
I mean, I don't know if you watched the Emmys last night. I was watching the Emmys last night, and again, the way they group certain things, I'm like, that's like Tom Cotta, who I had on my show. He's a great comedian. Was on America's Got Talent, and he was one of the finalists up against a dog act. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're comparing apples to oranges. If you want a comic, put a comic up against another comic, but not a freaking dog act or a magician.
W.C. Fields knew not to go up against a dog or a kid.
Well, he said never work with kids or animals.
That's right. No one's looking at you.
That's right. You're right. You're 100% right. Listen, I am with Rick Overton. He is a screenwriter. He's an actor. He's a comedian. And I am so thrilled that I have him here on my show. I've been a big fan of yours for many, many, many years. And, love everything you do because you do it so well. We are going to go to commercial again real quick. Another minute. We'll be back with Rick Overton. Please don't go away because we have so much more to talk about. We'll be right back. $13.31 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Teresa Cadestraci Tea Time with Teresa Candace Tracy Farrell. And make sure you follow Teresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Teresa Candace Tracy Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I want to thank again Mediterranean Grill. I want to thank Linda DeVitis. And thank you, Sal the Voice Valentinetti, talking about America's Got Talent. Thank you so much for those beautiful, kind words about me and my show, Tea Time. I am with the very talented, amazing, creative screenwriter, actor, comedian, Rick Overton. He has had an amazing career, worked with amazing people. Rick, I want to talk about real quick about your show called Overview with Rick Overton. It was a podcast that you did, and one of your last interviews was with who?
I got Jonathan Winters' last interview. I did not know at the time it was going to be his last interview. I had no idea. But it was an extraordinary experience where he gave so much of his time. And I want you, when you listen to it, I want you to listen to the clarity, not the strength of his voice, because that part is driven by a diaphragm addled by diabetes, and it strained his voice. But his clarity in his mind and the content of his words is what I want you to listen to. And it's extraordinary, the stories he opened up about and told me on this thing. It is, and he riffed, he played, we did everything.
Wow. Well, if anyone else wants to listen to the last interview with Jonathan Winters, just let them know where they can listen to it so they know.
On Overview, it's the name of my podcast. I logged 50 of them, and then we stopped.
So it's
called Overview, and you can hear it on iTunes.
iTunes, okay. That's it. Great. That's what I want everyone to know. Also, I'm very, very excited because we are going to promote your show called Rick Overton's Set List Live. And this is an hour of improv?
Yeah. We do a little explaining on the bookends there to say, because what we're doing is kind of different from your regular special. Set List is a game that has been playing now for 15 years or so, maybe more. And it's been making all the festivals. It's a huge hit, and it's like the bragging rights Top Gun game for comedians of all time, because you're on stage. There's the audience looking at you, cold, waiting to see what you got, and you can't do any of your set material at all. They have a screen behind you right here, and they project your topics that you're going to do for your set. You turn, you look, oh my God, and you just start going. And it's not normal. It's never going to be airline food or dating. It's going to be not accounting, a clownting. So you have to put the two together. And like Liars Club, just treat it like you've always been talking about it all these years.
Wow. Well, improv is flying by the seat of your pants. Like I mentioned to you, I got back into stand-up because Bob Nelson was looking for someone to do improv with for 6 weeks, and I was so blessed to work with him for 4, and I loved it. It's exhilarating and nervous and nerve-wracking, and you have all these emotions going through you, and you really have to be quick. It's a test, a self-test, really, of what you could think of on the spot.
I love it. I love that adrenaline. I rode motorcycles for years. I've flown in biplane fighters and all kinds of stuff. I like the adrenaline. And man, there's an adrenaline thing you get from this. Like my act that I know, there's a little adrenaline. Oh, you excited to go up Saturday? Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. So you're gonna have a fun time this weekend? Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's gonna be good. Oh, we're doing set list. Ooh, we're doing set list. Oh, that's different. I felt my heart going out. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's great. It's just, it's so much fun. And I think every comic should try improv at least once. My girlfriend tried it. She's like, nah, it's really not for me. It's not for everyone, but I think everyone should try it at least once. Really.
Yeah. Right. I am also an improvangelist. I recommend it for everybody. You don't have to be in comedy to do it. You can be in business and do it.
This is true.
They have separate classes just for sales improv. I know people who teach it, and they make corporate style money teaching people how to just make the other person like him and laugh
Yeah. Yeah.
and be clever in a way that stays on point.
Yeah. I want that gig. That sounds great. I like that.
Yeah. Who books that?
So let me ask you a question, Rick. What did you do during the pandemic? Did you write? Did you, I don't know, play the harmonica? Did you Zoom with people? Did you do Zoom shows? What got you through?
I did Zooms. I'm a Zombie. I am a Zombie.
Yeah.
I just do Zooms now. I'm creating I formed a new union called the Zoom Actors Guild, or ZAG.
I like that.
And then there's, if you're just interested in it, there's ZIG, Zoom Interested Guild. And they'll eventually merge, and then everybody will get hurt by it. But, you know, at the moment, though, I'm collecting money for the union. I'm not really giving anything back or benefits or anything like that. But I think once we reach a certain amount of money and I'm covered, then I'll make some swag.
Yeah.
We'll get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Hug.
I know a lot of people. Listen, as you know, I'm here in New York, and it was really hard, especially when the theaters closed down. And I'm happy that they've reopened. And I think it made a lot of people evaluate what they do for a living. And I think a lot of people ended up changing careers. And it was also interesting to see who returned to comedy and who didn't. As far as, I'm in a community here on Long Island. I don't go into the city as often as I used to. But, we have a comedy community on Long Island. And it's just interesting to see who returned, who didn't. And as well as I do, even back in the day, there were cliques. There were certain cliques, and certain people get stage time and some people don't. And a lot of people get upset when I talk about it, but I speak the truth. So it's hard for some people to get stage time than others. And that's when you have to kind of find your place as to where you can get up on stage.
Jonathan had a great piece of advice about that. He said, if your ship doesn't come in, swim out and get it.
So I love that. I was going to say build one and just go out there yourself.
Or build one yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me more about Setlist Live. Where can people see it? How often is it going to be shown? Do you have, like you said, a rotating cast? Where is it taking place? There's so many questions to get to.
Well, Setlist is just my special. It's just me. This one. Rick Overton Setlist, that's just me for the hour.
Yes.
And it's on Amazon, on YouTube, on Hulu, and on ComedyDynamics.com, and soon on Netflix. And it's just got to cycle through the others. It's free on Prime, and you rent it on YouTube. And Setlist is a game that is playing with other performers doing it, and you can see examples on YouTube of it with lots of your names doing it, and it goes back for years now.
Yeah, you said about 15 years, and you said it's very popular at the festivals. Yeah. Is that what you said?
I said I'm the only one who's done a 1 hour special with it, but
Right.
it has been playing in festivals
Right.
live on stage all around the world for years now.
So what made you decide to do this and take it on for yourself for an hour?
Well, I think it's something we haven't seen. It's something I love to do. It's something that is easy to do if you get the right people doing it. You don't need a year to prepare for it. You just go up on stage and start talking. You can't do the next one the next night. You didn't need another year.
Right.
Everyone that knows how to do it can do this.
Yeah.
And they can all start shooting sequentially, and it's the cheapest thing you can point a camera laughter for.
Yeah. Did in your career, have you ever had, I don't want to say bomb, but have you ever had a set not go the way you expected it to?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And what
That's
about
not
for the comedians watching, because a lot of comedians do watch my show, What advice would you give them for someone who is starting out? I mean, I usually tell them record your set, try to listen back to it, see what works, what doesn't work. It's a lot of, rewriting and tweaking. But what kind of advice would you give someone who says, hey, Rick, I'd like to do stand-up?
Study improv. Because you're using that when you're doing stand-up. You're using it when you're writing stand-up. You're using it on Friday night, second show, when you're dealing with the drunks or hecklers.
Yeah. I mean, hecklers can be an issue. Is there a certain go-to line you use with them, or does it depend on the situation?
It wouldn't be improv.
Well, I know that, but sometimes people have a little arsenal in their back pocket.
You got to deal with the unique circumstance. That's the thing. Everyone will reckon, oh, that's a line he always does. Go fishing for assholes or whatever.
Yeah.
People do it and it doesn't work at all. So don't risk doing it.
Yeah.
Don't do familiar things.
Yeah.
Base it on what's really happening. And then if you're training them to see you as someone who deals with circumstance and the details within the circumstance, it's not so bad for you after that.
Yeah.
Then they'll get that. Sometimes you have to indoctrinate people into your style of doing things. That takes a few things, but I don't like retreating to a line.
Right.
Because you'll get trapped that one night thinking it would always work. And there's that comic's look. I was like, what? But that always works. Because you weren't dealing with the real circumstance and you're trying to force fit another ancient line into something that's happening brand new and everybody can see the difference.
Right. How often do you think this is kind of like, do you think a person should write every day? How often do you think a person should write? Should a person sit down and write, or is it something that maybe when something comes to their head, they jot it down? I know everyone's different, but what's your process?
Find some way to keep a record that suits you.
Mm-hmm.
And, I say record, just roll the recorder so you don't have to stop. And because every time you stop to write, you've just slammed on the brakes on the freeway.
Yeah, you lose your momentum.
Yeah. You just, and all the other cars are screeching around you now.
Right. Do you pull, because I know that when I do stand up, I talk about obviously things I know. I talk about myself, my family, being Italian, growing up Italian, loving food, weight issues. I mean, some things that people can relate to. Is there anything specific that when you write for yourself, where you go with it?
I think social issues now are probably a dominating factor because a lot of my heroes did that too.
Yeah.
But it really I can't tell anyone else how to do that part.
Yeah.
That's the difference between handing a fish to somebody and then I'll show you how the reel works.
Yeah. Well, there's, it's, we're in what everyone says is a very sensitive society right now, and shows like All in the Family probably wouldn't fly these days, and a lot of comics feel almost gagged and shackled where they have to really be careful of what they're saying because
they have to watch their act now because it's a minefield. People that don't feel they've ever had any power finally get the power to cancel somebody. And it's the only power they think they have. They're going to over cancel everything because they finally they handed a gun to somebody who's never had one.
Right.
Now go police. Now here you go police society with this.
It's hard. I think it's very hard because us as comics, we're looking to be funny. We're not looking to be malicious. And, you can just like say one wrong thing and it's ruined careers and people make mistakes, and I believe in forgiveness and second chances, and I feel bad sometimes for people out there who make mistakes and everyone wants to kind of like lock them up and throw away the key.
There's a lot of sensitivities and there's a lot of people who have been abused that then surrogate upon the most recent media target all the rage from some other setting.
Right.
dump it on you instead because you're well lit and you're convenient,
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Listen, I am speaking with Rick Overton. He's a screenwriter. He's an actor. He's a comedian. He is an Emmy winner, too, for his achievement in writing. We are going to take our last quick commercial break. Please don't go away. More when we come back with Rick Overton. We'll be right back. $13.31 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
Val's Crafty Creations. Are you looking for something personalized? She's the one to do it. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check it out. Val's Crafty Creations. From t-shirts, stemware, houseware. She does it all for any occasion. Val's Crafty Creations. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so excited. Again, screenwriter, actor, comedian, Emmy Award winning for writing for Dennis Miller Live in 1996. Rick Overton is here, and I'm so thrilled. We've been talking about his amazing career as an actor, as a writer, as a comic, and in improv, and his wonderful, wonderful special that everyone has to watch. It's on Amazon, YouTube, Hulu, Netflix. It's called Rick Overton's Set List Live. And it's amazing concept. I love the concept.
Rick Overton Set List Special.
Set List Special. Okay, I have Set List Live. Set List Live Special. Got it. I got it.
Move the word live and you got it.
Live. Got it. It's gone.
No, still live and now special. That's it.
So, yeah, I wanted to know, again, what advice you can give people on acting? I know I'm actually just filmed a commercial this past Saturday, and I'm actually filming a movie on Friday. And
what are you gonna tell me about it?
I can't get into it too much, but I'm excited. I had to go for a COVID test today, but I played the lead's mother. And I'll be filming in Jersey on Friday. I'm very, very, very excited about it, Rick. I really am, because
How many days?
you know, things are slowly coming back, right? They're slowly coming back. But
How many days?
oh, well, for now, the scene that I'm doing, it's just for the one day. But because I'm the lead's mom, I'm hoping that they're going to bring me back for more scenes. But right now, it's just one scene on Friday, and it's in Jersey. And like I said, I went for my COVID test today. And yeah, I'm very, very excited. And this commercial that I just shot on Saturday, actually, I improv the whole thing. They wanted me to improv, and you know what? That's my happy place. That's where I feel comfortable. So when I was done improving, they were like, wow, that was so natural and believable, and that was perfect. And I was like, great. So it's so...
That leads into what we're talking about here is that I was going to say, know where improv goes in your acting, and you switch clubs. Because you want to be in the club that Teresa's in, that Steve Carell is in, where they will give you a take for you. And they use the take for you, and then the reputation gets around that you can play on camera, and they let you do it all the time.
Right. Right.
You want to be in that club. It's knowing what to do within the character that's just right. You didn't break character. You weren't being clever and
No.
going for the laugh, but
No.
all the laughs are in how you played that person.
Yeah.
And,
What? Yeah.
The same thing that it wins you. The person that knows that usually gets the part before they start playing in the room because
Yeah.
everyone already.
Once I'm in character, Rick, I stay there. I mean, I do many characters in my act, in my comedy, my stand-up. I do a bunch of different characters, and that's because Bob did characters. I love doing characters, and I also do one prop joke. But I went into Governors, and I went in as an old woman. I mean, an old woman. Old, like 80s, cane. And I stayed in character the entire time, and the owner's wife was like, "Excuse me, can I help you?" And no one knew no one recognized me unless I spoke with my natural voice. But when I went on stage as the old lady, I used a totally different voice, and I would say half of my set was all improv. And it was, I have to say, I watch it back and I crack up at myself.
That's great.
Which is a good thing. But what can you tell actors? What kind of advice can you give them? What kind of recommendations do you have for actors? That's the word I'm looking for.
Be diverse and be able to play different kinds of things. Look, some people, they're only going to be that one kind of person in everything.
Yes.
So that's great when it's the right, and it's such a distinct character.
Yes, it is.
But for the rest of us, we have to sell our varietal wares in the marketplace where others are ahead of you and they're known for doing more. So get dialects down. And when you're learning a dialect, but I'm too old now. I can't learn a new dialect because that part's locked off in my brain. Language is gone now. Not music. You can still learn music and load it in your iTunes in your head because your brain loads all dialects in music file. It doesn't load it in Word file because Word file auto-corrects everything that was not like you were raised as a kid. And so you can't really do the British accent when you're just, my parents taught me this, R sound, and no, but you see, it's music. That's why a bird can learn this ahead of you.
Yeah.
That's because they're not judging it in between.
I love accents too. It's a matter of perfecting them. A couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine called me up and he said, "Can you come over and we just do a scene? It's going to be kind of mostly a little bit improv, but can you do an Italian mother with an accent?" And I said, "Sure, I can." And I went there, and what happened is that the guy that I was playing opposite of wanted to do an Italian accent too, but the director said to him, "Your mom needs the accent, not you. You don't sound right." You're not nailing it, and it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound as authentic up against the way I sound it. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of like put that to the side where he just,
The note for him is, get those dialects down.
Yeah.
Authentic.
He thought it sounded good.
I cannot sell.
He thought it sounded good, Rick.
I don't bother trying to sell things I don't think I look like and they'll never hire for.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. But you've played so many parts and so many roles.
Voice is down. A lot of it is, just the subtle shift of voice, becoming that other person. Little more Midwestern, but not over the top. A little, I play a German. You still have to be able to understand what they're saying.
I've heard you do that accent. It was amazing.
Well, thank you very much. I have studied German for 5 years in Hochschule, high school, and I loved a young girl. So I sat next to her for 5 years for nothing. He saw me as a big brother and not as a romantic possibility. So I learned a language for unrequited love.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Is there anything that, I've asked you if there was anyone that you haven't worked with that you want, or haven't done anything that you don't want to do, but what's in the future for you, Rick? What do you want to do next? Or is there anything that you have on the back burner?
I got a couple of live show ideas that I'm just kicking around a little bit, and we'll have to see. There'll be extensions of the improv format, but find new ways to do it. I'm thinking about playing about a game called Vote for Me, where I come out on stage and I'm the Senator so-and-so, and I'll be running for president of the United States, and I'm running on the platform of, and they put the suggestion up there.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
A speech about that thing I'd never heard of before.
I love that.
Listen,
Listen,
real
Rick.
speeches sound just like that anyway.
Listen, Rick, we only have like 2 minutes left. So in that 2 minutes, I want everyone to know how they can follow you, how they can watch you. So can you let everyone know that, please?
Rick Overton at Twitter. At Rick Overton on Twitter, rather. And check out Rick Overton's Set List Special.
Yes.
It's on Prime, and it's on Hulu. You can rent it on YouTube and get it on comedydynamics.com. Thank you for letting me promote all this. And
Yes,
it was really
and you
fun.
also have your own website, rickoverton.com. I want people to go there as well.
Well, yes, but the most up-to-date you'll get me is on Twitter.
On Twitter. Okay, you're a Twitter. You tweet. You don't tweet. I'm not a Twitter. I don't tweet. I just do Facebook and Insta.
You don't tweet.
I know, it's mind-blowing. Listen, Rick, from the bottom of my heart, again, actor, screenwriter, comedian, Emmy winner for Dennis Miller Live. You could come back to my show anytime you want and promote away. And
Yes.
I'm really hoping, God willing, one day we get to meet in person.
That would be great. Maybe even on a set somewhere.
Hey, that would be lovely. Rick Overton, thank you so much. You stay right there. Everybody else, have a great week. I'll see you next time on Tea Time. Ciao, everybody.